for the upcoming February 27th ACT test. On that day, you are going to use this answer document to record your responses to all of your test questions. So after testing, your answer document will be sent to ACT for scoring, and then the score reports will take from anywhere between 2 weeks to 8 weeks after the test. In addition to your answer document that you're going to get soon, there are a couple other items, actually 2 things that you're going to get today that you'll be able to take with you. One of them is the Taking the ACT test booklet. You'll need that to help answer some of the questions in your answer document. And it gives you some extra things about how to sign up and create an actstudent.org account, some helpful hints for the actual test day, etc. The other item that you're getting today is an index card. That index card has your testing location, your seat number, as well as your testing date. So if you're testing under standard time, you will be testing on February 27th. And if you're testing with accommodations, then you'll test anywhere from February 28th through March 13th is the accommodation testing window. So once you get your card, how about get your phone out now and take a picture of that card. So then that way, in case you do lose the index card, you have that on your phone just to remind you when it comes to February 27th. So a few reminders before we do the answer document and get started. So on testing day, you are to report to your designated room on time, and on time means 7:45 a.m. If you come to the testing room after 7:45, you will not be admitted and you will not be allowed to test. So 7:45 is the absolute cutoff time for you to be in your room and at your seat. The items that you need to bring are a photo ID. You need to bring sharpened number 2 pencils with erasers, and you are not allowed to bring mechanical pencils. And then the same thing here for your answer document that you're going to be bubbling in today. You cannot use a mechanical pencil. You will have to use a number 2 pencil. So if you need one of those, raise your hand at this time because your teacher will give you a number 2 pencil if you need one now. Another item that you could bring, you don't have to, it's optional, is a watch, and that's really just to pace yourself. Now remember that if you bring some type of digital watch, you want to make sure that you silence any type of an alarm or beeping sound. And then the last one is a permitted calculator. You are allowed to use a calculator on the mathematics test, and if you're not sure which calculator is ACT approved, you can go to that site, and I will actually post that on your ACT prep document as well, so in case you're wondering, you have that available to you. So as we complete the answer document, Aviator Bell teachers, if you want to please pass out the documents now. Some of the Aviator Bell teachers may have already given you your taking the ACT test booklet and your index cards, but if you want to pass all of that out now, that would be awesome. So as students complete the answer document, please, Aviator Bell teachers, walk around the room to ensure that all of the blocks that we're about to go through are completed appropriately. And then once the teachers pass out all of these items, students, you want to make sure that you have the following things in front of you. That you have an ACT no writing that should say 2018 State and District Testing Answer folder. You want to make sure that you have one of the Taking the ACT test booklets in front of you. And the reason that you need that is because you're going to end up looking up some college codes to report your score. If you want to, it's optional. But you are allowed to report up to four schools or universities your scores for free. And then the other thing that you want to have in front of you is a number 2 pencil, and is not a mechanical pencil. If you use a mechanical pencil on this, your answer document will not be scored appropriately, and you may actually get worse scores than what you did by taking the test. So please make sure no mechanical pencils. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Just as a reminder, this answer document is part of your permanent ACT record. So if there are errors, it can potentially delay or prevent ACT from scoring. Remember, only a number 2 pencil from this point forward. Fill in one oval under each number or letter if it asks you to do that. If you make a mistake, that's totally okay. Just erase cleanly and try to do so without smudging. And then don't fill in any of the test sections, which is on a couple of the pages that you would see in your answer document. And again, if you need a new pencil, just let your Aviator Bell teacher know. So on answer document block A, so this should be on page 1 of your answer document, find block A. and print your name and your current mailing address in block A. Make sure that the name that you enter, you match with what's shown on your driver's license or your school ID. And if there's not enough space for your name, just try to enter as much as possible. Make sure that you're spelling it correctly as well. When you are done with block A, you're going to move to blocks B through F. So blocks B through F look like this. Block B, you're simply writing your last name in and then bubbling the corresponding ovals below. You're also going to write in your first name and fill in the corresponding ovals below, and then your middle initial. If your name only takes up a little bit of this space, make sure that you fill in the blank ovals. Once you're done with block B, you're skipping block C and moving to block D, which is your date of birth. This is just simply used to identify your record. So if for some reason you are asking or requesting for another score report, and maybe you're doing that over the phone, they may verify who you are through your date of birth. Then you'll fill out block E and F. Block E is your gender, and block F is your race and ethnicity background. Please, on the race and ethnicity background, make sure that you respond to both parts of this section. Your response will be released to the colleges that receive your scores only if they request it. And if you select prefer not to respond, that's completely fine, but we do want to make sure that you actually select that. The next block that we're going to fill in is block G, which is what is your citizenship status. This information is used for scholarship reporting, and that's really the purpose as to why you're filling out block G. Block H is your telephone number and then the type. So make sure that you not only fill in the telephone number, but you also select one of the bubbles up here, whether it be home, cell, or other. We're going to skip block K. Once everyone's done completing all of these blocks, we're actually going to put a label with your name and the code on each of your answer documents, and that's the only thing really that we have is identifying information on the barcode label that we have. So this is the reason why you don't have to fill out block K. That will be added for you after you submit your answer documents back at the end of Aviator Bell. In block L, this is the Educational Opportunity Service. So this allows you to learn about educational, scholarship, career, and financial aid opportunities really at no charge. So if you select yes, you're saying that you would like to participate, and then you'll have some of these agencies that will contact you via email or potentially phone. If you select no, you will not be contacted by these agencies, and you may exclude yourself from learning about different college, career, or financial opportunities. So either yes or no in block L. Okay, for block M, this is the college planning and reporting scores. So in block M, you are going to look at the Taking the ACT booklet that you received at the beginning of Aviator Bell. You want to turn that booklet to page 15. Okay, this block is optional, but if you want ACT to send your scores to colleges or scholarship agencies, then you want to find the list of codes that begin, again, on page 15. So think carefully about the choices that you make, because you cannot make changes or additions once you complete this answer document. So if you want to fill out, maybe your plan is to send your ACT scores to Ohio State University. Look up Ohio State University, and then you're going to get a 4-digit code that you're going to type there into first choice. So again, this is optional. You can send these reports to 4 different universities of your choice, and this is free. If you do not fill this out, it will cost you $12 per report after the fact. So free 4 choices here, or $12 score report after the fact. So take some time right now if you need to, and fill each of those 4 choices out. And do you need to fill out all 4 choices? You absolutely do not. If you just want to send these to 2 schools, you're more than welcome to do that. But if you have some schools that you're still interested in or debating about, I would highly consider choosing all 4 choices. You do have after you take the ACT, if you want to cancel those scores to be sent to the universities that you just chose, you have that option too. And that's something that you can do either online or by calling ACT. Okay, so located on the back of your answer document, we're going to locate block N through R. So block N through R is just your mailing address. So we want to go ahead and fill that out now. So N is the mailing address. Next you have city, and then you have state, and then R is going to be your zip code. Once you get done with blocks N through R, and that will take just a little bit of time, we also want you to include block S, which is just your student ID number here at school. The reason that we want you to fill out block S is because when we get score reports back, your student ID number will be on there as well, and Sycamore will be able to more easily link your ACT score with this one with other prior either AIR scores or ACT scores or PSAT scores. Any of those things can be linked together a lot more easily for us. Okay, Lastly, we have the high school course grade information, student profile section, and ACT interest inventory. So these are 3 sections, but these sections are completely optional. So when you complete an ACT profile at actstudent.org, you have the option of also completing these items. At this time, we're not going to be filling out these sections. If you feel as though you would like to complete one of these, then come up to the counseling center, and then we'll have you complete that with Mrs. Volman after your aviator bell. But at this point, we have this information basically on file for you. So if you, again, would like to do this optional section, you definitely have that right and ability to. Just let your aviator bell teacher know and come up to the counseling center to see Mrs. Volman after we're done with bubbling in all of the information that we need on your answer document. The very last thing that's not on this slideshow, but that I'm going to direct you to, is turn your answer document to page 3. So you did have your answer document on the back. If you'd flip that over and turn it to page 3, and look at where it says email address. If you have an email address and you choose to provide one, your email address will be used in accordance with the ACT privacy policy and included on score reports to colleges. Make sure that you enter all letters, numbers, and symbols of your email address and using the key provided on your answer document, and then grid the corresponding ovals below each box. So the email address, if you want to include that, you may. That is an additional optional thing for you to complete. So reports, again, for the ACT are generally mailed between 2 to 8 weeks after the test. We will get the score reports as well at Sycamore High School. You will receive a paper copy in the mail to you based on the address that you provided on your answer document. And then if you chose in Block M to send your reports to any colleges, those colleges will receive that score report for you from this ACT administration too. If you need additional score reports that maybe after 4 of the schools, more than 4 of the schools that you had chosen, or even if you chose not to release any score reports at this time, but you need one after the test, then you can request that at actstudent.org. You can also call them on the phone and they'd be willing to do that too. It is $12 per report, and then requests cannot be changed or canceled. So once you request that via actstudent.org, or once you request that on the phone after the test, you can't change or cancel that. Okay, lastly, finishing up, be sure that all of the required sections are complete and accurate. Your aviator bell teacher will be coming around to just check of any last minute questions that you may have. Answer documents will be collected by your Aviator Bell teacher and cannot be taken out of the room by anyone. So I cannot reiterate this enough to you. Please make sure that your Aviator Bell teacher has your answer document prior to you leaving today. If you did not finish completing this for some reason, then you're going to come to the counseling center immediately following this Aviator Bell so that way you can complete it. Before students can be dismissed, all answer documents must be accounted for, Aviator Bell teachers, so please make sure that you have everyone's answer document, and then once you do, bring all of the completed and blank answer documents back up to the counseling center immediately following Aviator Bell. Again, as a reminder, students are not allowed to take the answer documents and submit them to Ms. Fulman. Before you leave, you are allowed to take your ACT booklet, as there are directions on how to create ACT web account. There's information about requesting additional score reports, testing policies, all of the stuff that you've seen here in this video. And then as another final reminder for students that are testing on February 27th or in the accommodation window from February 28th to March 13th, please report to your testing location no later than 7:45 a.m. If you did not take a picture of your index card with your testing location and testing date and seat number, please make sure you do that now before you leave. If you have any questions about anything with the answer documents, if you have any questions about anything regarding the ACT administration that's going to happen on February 27th, come see Mrs. Warren or also come see Ms. Volman in the counseling center. I hope you guys have